Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my Sydney haul that I got when I went to go see Jay Kristoff for his new book Lifelike. By the time this video goes up, I should have my review of Lifelike up and my vlog for my Sydney trip, which I will link both up here or down below. Go check those out, but this is just the haul from that specific trip, and I had planned it all out. I had planned many things out, so let's get into it. Now, the first shop I went to in Sydney was Zing, which is an offset of EV Games, and it's like particularly just like the merch side, so like handbags, purses, wallets, what have you. If it has like a Disney or anything on it, they're selling it. So I got a wallet, which is the Loungefly Sugar Skull Trifold wallet, and if this looks familiar or you've seen this somewhere, it's just because I bought this wallet, which you can't really see, but this one is got like an embossed design, but this one's got like an actual design on it, and they both reminded me of Hector and Imelda from the movie Coco, which I really loved, so they can be together now like they always should be, Imelda and Hector. So I'm excited for this. I actually had to order a new one because this one broke, but I was so excited that I finally got it in my hands. I actually want to get the last one, which is red, which is like Miguel's colour, so that'd be awesome for my next trip. I also picked up a few pouches because I found something that I've been looking for, and it's Aladdin merch, which is this pouch, which is like the perfect size for like a pencil case or maybe like a tablet bag, like medic bag. And look at it! It's got Jasmine and Aladdin, and oh, it's so pretty. You guys have no idea. I have been looking for Aladdin merch for such a long time, and it's so hard to find it in Australia. So when I saw this, I was just like, I had to have it. And alongside this pouch, I got this one that says #GeekFamous. I have a lot of pouches and I use them for a lot of things, and I'm just so excited. I can even use this for money for Supernova, which is going to be awesome. But I like this design, and yeah, #GeekFamous. Next, I went to Muji, which is a Japanese stationery store, and it was in like the mall area where the bookstore where I got some books is. So I'm just going to show you what I got from there because it's just a few things. First off, I picked up 0.7 pens in red, black and green. I actually have a blue one in this specific size, and I am really big into stationery. Like, I have a lot of stationery, and these pens are so smooth to write with that it has become my go-to. Like, I thought the other brand of pen that I used was smooth. These are the smoothest pens to write with, and it's so good. They don't scratch the page, they're super smooth. Also picked up a blue highlighter that's like a pen, and then 3 clear, like you can see they're clear, so you can see what you're highlighting, but they're double-ended, so those are going to be good. This black push pen, which is equally as good to write with and is very sturdy, I've used it a lot, and a mechanical pencil, because everyone needs a mechanical pencil, and so I'm very excited. I have ordered the Pilot Studio Juice, which is another set that I want to get and I want to review, because that has been the one that people have been like, if you love Muji, get these pens. So I'm looking into that because I'm a stationery buff. I love collecting stationery. Officeworks is like a church to me. I also got in the other pen a red one as well. I do have a blue one, but I don't know where it's gone, but my experience, if you've got Muji in your town, go have a look. They've got a lot of stuff, and they've got a lot of good notebooks that I was looking at online, but they don't ship. So if you're ever in town in Sydney in the galleries. Go visit Muji because it's a great store. Now we get on to the books, and I went crazy. Kukikinawa is like heaven for me. They've got manga, they've got English fiction books, they've got comics, they've got merch, they've got everything. And there's a cafe inside where you can sit and have a coffee or a hot chocolate or something, and it's really good. And that's where the launch was, but prior to the launch I actually went to go grab books because I needed to grab the books before we actually went to the launch, so I wasn't carrying around 2 heavy bags of books. But anyway, first off, this wasn't at Kukikinawa, but before the launch, when I met up with friends, we all did a book swap. So I had books that she wanted, she had books that I wanted, so we swapped and we did everything. And I got an advanced copy of Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. I heard a lot about this book. I'm really intrigued. I like the final cover that they were given, but I do like just the plain red with Ash Princess written on it, so I will see how I feel about this one. But the premise is that Theodosia was 6 when her country was invaded, and her mother, the Fire Queen, was murdered on that day. The Kaiser took Theodosia's land in her name. Theo was crowned Ash Princess, a title of shame to bear in her new life as a prisoner. For 10 years, Sarah had been captive in her own palace, and sounds really good. So I can't wait to get to this at some point. And now we move on to the books that I actually bought, and this was a very good trip. So first off, I have Volume 1 of Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card. Now I, as you know, if you see my videos, have made my way through Cardcaptor Sakura, the anime, and I went to Kukikinawa specifically to pick up the first 3 volumes of the first Cardcaptor Sakura series to have on my shelf, because that series is amazing. But I found out that they were doing bind-ups of Cardcaptor Sakura, and I couldn't get them. So I was like, well, if I can't get the original, I can get the one that I'm currently watching, which is Clear Card. And Clear Card is when Sakura is now in middle school. In the first one, she's in primary school. The series is really fun, and I really like it, and I highly recommend that you guys watch it or read it, because it's very sweet, very cute, and it's a lot of fun. And the next thing I saw, which I may have let out a tiny squeal in the shop, was the Tsubasa, I think that's how you pronounce it, Omnibus. So this is a Sakura Chronicles, and this is actually an alternate universe Cardcaptor Sakura story where Sakura and her main love interest, Sauron, are actually an archaeologist and a princess. And boy, have I been hearing a lot of things about this series. People are telling me I need to read it because it's important to the story, I guess, or it's really fun, and it's a really fun entry into the expanded universe of Cardcaptor Sakura, and it also crosses over with another series apparently. But it's a bind-up. I was like, it's a bind-up, so I don't have to wait, I can read all this, and look at it. It's so pretty. Oh my god. This is going to be awesome. And yeah, it says childhood friends Princess Sakura and Sauron, the son of an archaeologist, become entangled in a series of events that force them to traverse through alternate realities in an action-packed, unforgettable adventure. So I am looking forward. I hope that there's a bit of crossover between these 2 series. Like, maybe they meet their alternate universe selves, and I think that'd be really cool. But I'm so excited to read this, and I'm going to Supernova, so I might read it on the train, because that'd be perfect for a weekend of fangirling over various pop culture things. Next, I have the book that I really wanted to get when I was down there, and it is I Hear the Sunspot Theory of Happiness. If you don't know what I Hear the Sunspot is, it is currently a duology, I think. I don't know if she's coming out with more in the series, but it is the one book series where the disabled rep is so good. It doesn't play into this thing where everyone is tiptoeing around this person. It's just a fact of life, and they acknowledge that it's hard to live with it. And I was like, yes, thank you! Disabled rep that's not about, acceptance. It's just like, yeah, he has it, and it's part of his everyday, and they don't dwell on it, and I'm like, yes! So the first one I highly loved, and I highly recommend to anyone. But this is a sequel, and we might be getting more of the relationship, and I'm just so excited. Hallelujah. The last thing I got from Kukikinawa was probably one that I was debating getting, but then after one of my friends, CW, who I follow her blog, she was like, oh, this is such a great book, and she was like raving, like proper raving about it. And it's The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is a dark fantasy following a war orphan named Rin, who is really badass. I'm currently 220 pages in, which is at part 2, and I've been tabbing it, as you can see. I've been tabbing all my books recently with these auto-transparent tabs, which I'd highly recommend. But this is so good! It is really dark, and it follows the story of a war orphan who was orphaned in, I think, one of the Poppy Wars, and she grew up in this adopted family who treated her more like a servant than a family member, and they made her run opium deals because they deal in illegal opium distribution. And she takes this test, which is this nationwide test, to get into this prestigious military school, and everyone's like, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And she gets in, and then it goes from there, and it's so good. One of the teachers is my bae. I love him, and just, oh god, it's so good, it's so good. I'd highly recommend it. It's, I would say high fantasy, so if you're not really into that, you're gonna have a lot of trouble with this, but this is so good. Like, I needed something after Lifelike, and this just has hit the spot. Like, god damn it, it's so good, and I'd highly recommend it. The last thing I want to show you guys, which I got down Sydney, is probably what you're all here for. You're all like, come on, get to it. Now, I did not buy this in Sydney. I bought it before I went down because I went to the book club. And you can't go to the book club without reading the book because that'd just be silly. But the night of the launch, it was just an amazing. First of all, we got Bookmarks. We have Preacher, who is one of my favorite characters. We have Zeke, who is another character that I like. They're really thick, so. We have Lemon Fresh, who I love so much. She's so cute. And oh, she is badass and so much fun. Look at her. I'm too pretty to sweat. Yes, you are, Lemon. You are too pretty to sweat. And finally, we have Evie. Girl. Oh, it was so good. The book was so good, and it's tabbed because it was so good. I am going to leave these alone until I laminate them because I do not want to ruin such perfection. But I also, because it was a launch, and you know what that means, book signature, book signature, book signature. It says, for Maisie, learn to swim, and it's got his signature, and it'll go next to my Nevernight and my God's Grave in my J. Christoph appreciation shelf, because this man, it's just, his books are just fantastic. And I am just in awe of the books. I want the next one now, and I'm just not happy. I need more. I need more. So that is my haul for my Sydney trip, and I was very happy with my purchases. I also got a glass screen protector for my phone because I've been needing one, and it was a lovely trip, and I'm so excited to return for Sydney Supernova in June, which is coming up soon, and but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.